Hello students, the module that we are going to learn today is titled Social Influences on Gender. The outline of this lecture, of this session will be, we are going to learn about the social influences on gender, the social influence theories, and the role of mother and a father in the socialization process. The outcome of this session will be, we will understand the social influences on gender. We are going to learn a few social theories which will show how social influence is going to impact gender. And we are going to learn the diverse roles of a mother and a father in the socialization process. Social influences, no doubt, has a big impact on human life and surely on gender too, on the expression of gender, on one's gender identity. There is a huge impact of society and the social components on gender. Now, some of the theories that we can learn are social role theory, psychoanalytic theory of gender, and social cognitive theory of gender. First, let's look into the social role theory. This theory was tabulated by Alice Eagley, which speaks about gender development as a result from contrasting roles of men and women. So, various roles that are there in society make an impact on the understanding or the feeling or an expression of gender. Now, very interestingly, UNICEF reveals that in most cultures around the world, women have less power than men do, and they control fewer resources. And this fact leads into a kind of a realization that this fact impacts gender identity, or it impacts gender on a whole. So Eagley stated that as women adapted roles that were less power dominance, it was less of less status, they became very cooperative and less dominant than men. So this shows that how the role that a person takes or the society actually gives to men and women actually brings out the gender out of them. It plays a huge role on the gender expression of oneself. The second theory that we can talk about is a psychoanalytic theory of gender. In psychoanalysis, we know that as a child, there are erotic feelings towards the opposite sex parent. There are these complexes that a child develops in very early age towards their parents of opposite sex and towards their own sex. So, as the child grows up by 5 or 6, due to a certain anxiety that the society throws upon the child will renounce this attraction and will start identifying the same role as of their same sex parent. And they will adopt the characteristics of the same-sex parent. We do see these things happening right at the early age of an individual, and the psychoanalytic theory, which is given to us by Sigmund Freud, gives an impact of how psychoanalysis, or rather the psyche of the child, impacts the future translation of gender. We also have the social cognitive theory, which brings to us how our thoughts, how our observation, how our learning, how our imitation, all this is going to make an impact on gender. So the way we observe things, how a child is going to observe various roles that are there in society, and who takes up these roles, and what is the impact of roles on life, this is going to be learned and absorbed by children, by individuals right from their childhood, and they will go to every part of their human development. So general development also occurs through rewards and punishments. So following a certain gender once again will bring up a reward or a punishment. So if we have a boy who, the instance of a little boy who is going to express himself as more in a feminine manner, and he sees that this behavior of his is punished, then this boy there is a tendency through pressure and through this social impact, the child is going to adopt his own sex role. So all kind of gender inappropriate behaviors, as we call it, will be done away with as a social cognitive impact. So these three theories, that is the social role theory, the psychoanalytic theory of gender, and the social cognitive theory, shows us the social influence that is exerted on gender development. Besides this, there is a huge impact of the mother in the entire socialization process, or a kind of a gender development of the child. May it be a boy or a girl, there is a lot of socialization and teaching, learning, imitation that goes on with the presence of the mother. And if we speak about the mother, then also we need to speak about the father's role in the socialization strategies. There is this huge impact that both the mother and the father will give through their own life, through their own experiences. They are going to bring out this particular change, or rather a kind of a development of the idea of gender in their children. For your references, you could take from Barron and Branscombe from social psychology, and from Taylor and Peplow from social psychology. These could be your references. Thank you.